Electric scooters have become increasingly popular in personal transportation. These micromobility machines with electric motors and straightforward controls are a great solution for traveling outdoors or quickly getting home from the train or bus. They're nimble enough to transport you in a jiffy, and you won't break a sweat while riding to work. And since they're much smaller and lighter than most bikes, they're easy to carry upstairs, stow under a desk or hide away in a closet. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the best electric scooters of 2025, featuring cutting-edge technology and impressive range that will transform the way you ride. Buckle up and let's dive into the latest and greatest in electric trikes. Number 5. TurboAnt V8 Dual Battery. I never thought I'd love riding a big and heavy electric scooter like the TurboAnt V8 Dual Battery around in urban spaces. After all, urban e-scooters are ideally lightweight and portable, and this one's the opposite of that. But this one makes a compelling argument. Don't read too much into its specs though. The V8 may only have a 450W motor, which to be fair is already powerful in its own right. But the fact that it's a front hub motor means that it's got the ability to peel out by distributing the weight forward. Therefore, it's able to deliver a snappier start, allowing riders the ability to reach high speeds quicker. It's one of the very few commuter e-scooters I've tested that handled a 20-hill grade slope decently. Of course, the fact that it's got 2 batteries means it's got an impressively long range, 50 miles to be exact, that TurboAnt pairs with its fast charging capabilities. You're also getting an extra charger so you can pop out the removable battery and charge both simultaneously, saving you time. I found this thoughtful extra to be incredibly useful, as it saves me a lot of time. If you're looking for a much more powerful electric scooter, this is the best e-scooter for you. It may not be as sleek and lightweight as the other offerings on this list, but it gives them a run for their money on other things. Number 4. Unagi Model One E500. The Unagi Model One E500 might be the sleekest and most futuristic-looking e-scooter out there. More importantly, it's incredibly lightweight and easy to carry. Perhaps the most lightweight one I've ever tested. And its massive bright LCD panel looks just as elegant, which just elevates rides. It isn't a slouch in performance either. A solid ride touting a 1000W motor, it definitely has a lot of power for more than just urban commutes. That motor allows it to haul its rider up a hill faster than other e-scooters. One thoughtful addition I love is the dedicated driving mode button that makes changing modes during rides a less stressful affair. I found that my thumb need not move too far away from the throttle. It comes with solid tires, instead of the more superior pneumatic tires, which offer better stability, suspension, climbing, and traction. Solid tires do have the advantage of needing less maintenance and not being prone to flats and punctures. However, they're not great at absorbing shocks. Unagi splits the difference by adding air pockets spread throughout the circumference of the wheel to help with shock absorption and stability. Sadly, I found that those air pockets are no match for rougher roads with cracks and potholes, which means that the Model One E500 isn't the most comfortable ride on beaten roads. However, it rides beautifully on smoother streets, so if you live in a city with newer roads, it's a commuter's dream. Number 3. Riley Scooters RS3. While most electric scooters keep the folding to a minimum, just enough to cut their size down to about half, Riley Scooters RS3 has taken its folding skills to a whole new level. It's got the ability to essentially collapse to less than half its original size, making it easier to stow, store, and strut around with. The folding mechanisms, I say mechanisms because there are 5 on it, are a tad clunky, and one of them can sometimes feel like a 2-person job in my experience. But get that process down to a science, and you'll start appreciating the convenience this scooter offers commuters. Aside from being compact and easy to store, it's also so much easier to carry. The RS3 doesn't hold back on performance either. Despite having smaller tires with not much traction, it's incredibly smooth and snappy to ride, thanks in large part to its premium build. I found it to deliver great shock absorption as well, about on par with the TurboAnt M10, which by the way has bigger tires. Those brakes are a revelation as well. Going downhill on my neighborhood's 20-degree slope on a new e-scooter has always been a scary thing, as a lot of them have average brakes. With the RS3, however, I felt incredibly safe and secure doing so, which makes me want to recommend it to both experienced riders and newbies who haven't quite mastered the art of braking. Number 2. TurboAnt M10. You'll be surprised at how solid and well-made the TurboAnt M10 considering its price. It's our best value pick not just because of its affordable price tag, but because we found it to be very robust. It's built better than any of its rivals in this price range. Its incredibly lightweight design typically adds a premium. To knock a couple of $100 off its tag, TurboAnt has stripped it of extra frills, like security features and a more spacious deck. I found that it really isn't great for uphills either. However, I didn't mind the minimal features since that didn't really affect its overall performance and usability. I would just recommend that you invest in a good U-lock to secure it, which is something I use anyway, even if an electric scooter I'm using does have an anti-theft system. I've spent considerable time with this e-scooter and found it to be much more capable than it looks. It's got great shock absorption, thanks in large part to its 10-inch tires, which means you'll ride smoothly even on a road full of potholes. It's not as amazing as my top choice when it comes to shock absorption, but it's still better than most other models I've tested. Plus, its brakes are extremely responsive, which is a nice touch as many e-scooters in this price range have subpar brake systems. For regular city commutes for less, this is the best electric scooter. Number 1. NIU K3 Pro. The NIU K3 Pro may not have that sleek and lightweight design that seems to have been the very first marker of an excellent electric scooter. But, these days, having a svelte e-scooter is no longer the priority. Besides, what this impressive model does offer is much more important. Comfort. Its brilliant fat tires, it turns out, are the ticket to a smooth ride. Each tire on this is 2.5 inches thick, allowing the scooter to have amazing shock absorption, not to mention, incredible traction. I took it out on this pothole-ridden road near my house and didn't find it necessary to weave through it just to avoid the small potholes and big cracks. But, it takes more than that to convince folks, which is why NIU also slapped on amazing features like regenerative brakes, the always-on halo headlight and rear light, zero starting, which activates as soon as you hit 200 riding meters for safety, and anti-theft. The anti-theft feature is uncommon among e-scooters within this price range and is therefore a nice treat. Once it's activated, an alarm will go off if someone tries to wheel the scooter away, ride it, or turn it on. So while it doesn't actually prevent someone from loading it on the back of their truck, you can count on it to make a huge fuss, which will hopefully deter petty thieves. The best part is that for all of that and more, the NIU K3 Pro is surprisingly, amazingly affordable. More affordable than other premium e-scooters with fewer features. Is this the best electric scooter overall? 1,000 times yes. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos.